I don't even know what I read. I don't think I've ever written a longer Goodreads review. Oh my god, I feel scarred. Like, I know it made me go, ooh. If you're looking for an artistic piece of work so you're not reading this book, it is not that. Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hi, my name's Holly and today we are doing my October wrap up and I'm super excited to share with you what I read in the month of October. So let's get going, shall we? In the month of October, I read 10 books. I think that's the most books I've ever read in a month. I've never read as many as this month. Yeah, I don't know what happened this month, but I just kind of was on one and I just read so many more books than I thought I would. I'd usually read about 4 or 5 books in a month, but it is quite impressive and I'm quite proud of myself because it means I'm getting a step ahead of my yearly goal, which is I want to read 40 books. I'd love to increase it to 50, but I don't know if that's going to happen considering I only have November and December left, so we'll soon see. But I guess the way I'm going, if I read 10 books this month and 10 books the next month, I would be able to get 50, so I don't know. So I have a few little statistics written down that I wanted to share with you. So I have read a total number of 4,018 pages. That sounds like a lot. I didn't expect the number to be that high. I have read, in terms of genres, I feel like I've read a very big variety of books this month. So I've read 2 mysteries, 1 literary fiction, 4 fantasy and 3 romance. The fact that I read 4 fantasy romances really makes me feel shocked because I thought I'd read a lot of romance books, but apparently I've read a lot of fantasy, so that's interesting. Next one is stars. So I feel like when I rate books, I feel like I give higher stars off to a book than they should actually be given. Sometimes things are given like a 4, a 4.5 and a 5, and really I don't actually feel that way about a book. So I got 1 1.75 stars, 1 2.75 stars, 2 3.5 stars, 2 3.75 stars, 1 4 stars, 1 4.5 stars, and I read 2 5-star books this month and I need to talk about them. So they're my statistics for October. I'm obviously going to tell you about all the books that I read. At the start of the month I read this, oh, just dropped my phone. So at the start of the month I read this book here, A Murder After the Night Before. I picked this up and I did not know what to expect going into this book. I really had no clue what it was about really. I hadn't seen anything about this book and I went into it completely blind, not expecting to actually really enjoy it. So this book is about I read this about 4 weeks ago now, but I think her name's Molly, yes. So this book is based around Molly. She works at a girl magazine kind of company, and her friend who she lives with, Posey, she's got a better job than Molly, and Molly kind of isn't jealous, but kind of a little bit is jealous, but is not really focused on that. She kind of wants to be in that position. She doesn't really want to be working at the girl magazine company anymore. And one day she comes home and she finds her dead in the bar, which, you know, wow. You basically follow Molly and her trying to solve this murder while also finding out that Posey was also trying to find out how someone else got murdered, because her job, I think she was a journalist, so she was trying to find out about another girl who got murdered, and while looking for what happened to that girl, she also got murdered. So that was really interesting to read about. It's very twisty. You don't expect the person who did the murder to have done the murder, and it was really interesting and I really did enjoy this book. It definitely kept me on my toes. It was really fun, and yeah, I loved how it was like based around London as well. I kind of like a book that is in London instead of like America or something, because it's a nice change, because everything feels like it's set in America, but this was nice. I like this book. I gave this book a 4.5 star, which to me, that's not bad. Yeah, I really enjoyed the writing in this book, I enjoyed the plot, I enjoyed the twists, I liked the characters, but I think, I don't know what it was that didn't give me the 5-star feeling, but I didn't give it 5 stars, but it was really good, and I do recommend this book if you are looking for something, a bit of a twisty kind of murder. I recommend this book. The next book that I read, oh my goodness, I have so much to say about this book, but I will not go on forever because I will be here all day. But I read A Little Life. This book, oh my god. This book has been on my TBR for possibly like 2 years now. Like, it has been on there a while. I think the size of it literally just intimidates me. Like, it is a 720 page book. Like, it is a lot, and the writing is small. It's a lot. It's a lot. But this book takes you on a roller coaster. It is basically set around these 4 boys, JB, Jude, Malcolm and Willem, and they become friends during college, and basically it's just about their lives until they become adults. But the main character is Jude, and you basically follow along his life until some things happen and you find out more about his childhood, and it is so sad. This book made me cry like at least 3 times. Honestly, nothing in the world compares to how this book makes you feel. It is so sad at certain points in this book. Like, Jude, what happened to Jude, it's just so horrible, and I will cry if I think about it. I'm glad I read it because it has been on my TBR for so long, and I had to read it someday or it's going to be on there for the rest of my life. And I can't believe I read a 720 page book. I think that's the most pages I've ever read in a book. It was a 5-star read. There wasn't even any doubt about it. Like, it was just so I don't think I've ever written a longer Goodreads review. Like, I don't really write reviews for books, but that, yeah, it was long. The next book I read was Phantasma. This book, I don't know, at first I didn't love it and I did get a little bit bored. As the story went on, I definitely enjoyed it. It was just, it felt like a little bit slow. Not slow, but I don't know, I didn't enjoy it at the start, but once they was at the manor I enjoyed it because stuff was going on. I can't really remember a lot about it, which probably is the reason why it wasn't a 5-star. I gave this book a 4-star, so not too bad. Like, I enjoyed it, but definitely didn't think about it again, to be honest. That's my rating on Phantasma. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The next book I read, I know this book is kind of a little bit controversial because some people completely do not like this book, and on the other hand, I love this book. I absolutely love this book. It is so, it's like everything in a book. It's Magnolia Parks. Yeah, I know, really unexpected, but I loved this book. This book is basically about a woman and this man who, he's got a few problems, but he cheats on her, and you basically find out why Magnolia doesn't like, I say doesn't like, but she still likes him romantically, but she kind of plays off that she doesn't like him. And BJ is very, I can understand why people don't like him as a character, because he cheated on her once, but then he tells, you know, he says in the story that he's like obsessed with her and he loves her and he would do anything for her, but he still continues to sleep with other women. So I don't know, they are very, very controversial, these two. I love this book anyway though. I think I love all the characters, I love the plot. The plot was kind of non-existent, but like, you know, I love the story kind of thing. And yeah, if you're looking for an artistic piece of work, so not read this book, it is not that. It's set in London, the family's very rich, but yeah, you basically just read along as they're trying to get back together, but they're not really, because BJ doesn't help his cause. I literally could not put this down, and I love when a book makes me feel that way. That is automatically like a 5-star read. So I did give this book a 5-star. I know some people won't agree with that, and some people will probably say, didn't like that book at all, but this is just me. I liked it. I loved everything about this book. Would 100% read it again, and I really, really want to read Daisy Hates. It is on my TBR, I can see it over there. I was was desperate to pick that up, but I thought, no, I'm gonna wait because I want to enjoy the book and I don't want to rush it because this was literally so good. Anyway, next book. The next book, the next book is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I didn't really know what to expect going into this book. I literally was not sure at all what it was about and I didn't love it. I gave it a 2.5 star. Yeah, I know that's quite low, but it just wasn't my book. It was too childish. I don't know, it was just not my kind of style. It's so like cutesy and just everything's perfect in the world, and you know, I like a bit of fantasy, or I like, you know, I know it's not, yeah, anyway, shut up. Yeah, personally, I didn't enjoy this book. Will not be reading the second one. I thought about it, but then, no. Yeah, didn't enjoy this book, but if you like all the cutesy romances and things like that, definitely for you, but I like something going on, and this was not going on. The next book I read was Ward D by Frida McFadden. Thinking about this now, want to increase my rating because I will not stop thinking about this book. I really enjoyed it. It was so good, like not so good, but it was really, you did not expect what happened. It's basically about this woman who she's at university to become a doctor, and she has to go and do I don't know what they call it in America, it's not a placement, but like go and spend a night at a psychiatric ward, and she goes and it is this really creepy ward. She gets told that there's this really violent inmate there, not inmate because it's not a prison, but patient, sorry, and she like is told to not go near him, but he's in restraint, so he should be fine. And just the twist at the end, you just don't expect it. I really enjoyed this book, and I definitely I'm gonna read more of Frida McFadden's books because I think her books sound interesting. So yeah, if you're looking for a medical mystery kind of, you know, twisty kind of book, read this. And I definitely think that 3.5 stars isn't good enough. I think I probably should have given it maybe a 4 because I really enjoyed this book, and the fact that I've thought about it for days after as well, which means it's a good book. The next book that I read was Belladonna. This I also picked up and had no idea what to expect. It's basically about this girl called Signa, and it is a romance book, but not really. It's more of a mystery, but it was basically, she goes to this house and there's loads of these people. It's like this big massive place, like mansion kind of thing. There's something going on with one of the daughters who lives there, and Signa basically gets this like, I need to help this girl. But for me personally, I didn't really love this book. It was definitely not romance, which I went into it expecting it to be a romance because it kind of that's what it hints at the back. If you're looking for a romance, I wouldn't personally read this book because it wasn't very romantic. It was very mystery with a small subplot of romance, which I didn't expect. So it kind of made me lose interest a little bit, but it was good. Like, I liked his character. He was very mysterious and you didn't really know a lot about him. The small bit of romance you got was really good. I just think that there could have been more, and there wasn't. I know there is a second book, so maybe there will be more romance in that book, but I don't know. Maybe I should read it. I don't know, but I kind of, yeah, I did get a little bit bored, but I listened to the audiobook of it, so I just could get through it because I did get a little bored. So yeah, I gave this book 3.5 stars as well, I think. The next book I read was Chained by Lacey Lahovsky. That's definitely not right. I gave this book 3.5 stars. It was good during the start. I enjoyed it during the start, but then it kind of dragged on a little bit. It was about 400 something pages, and it definitely did not need to be as long as that. I feel as if it did kind of get dragged on a bit. Like, I liked the start, don't get me wrong. The start really hooked me in, but I got bored. I'm sorry, I got bored. This book is basically about a girl who is trapped in this cave, and she's a princess, and you know, she kind of isn't treated very well at all, and she doesn't know how to read, she doesn't know how to write, she doesn't know how to do any thing like that. You know, she'd been in the outside world for like 2 days and she was suddenly making out with the main male character, and it didn't really make much sense because you would not be like that. Like, it just, I know it's a fantasy book and it's not realistic, but it just wasn't good. If someone had just been in a cave and been treated extremely badly, well then they would not be as mentally fit as this woman was. She was ready to go and argue with the world, and you would not be like that. It just wasn't good. I feel like I'm being very negative about this book, but it's my honest rating, and would I read it again? No. Would I recommend it to you? No, probably not. I mean, if that's what you're looking for, then go ahead. The next book I read was The Story of Us. This was a cute little UK, just cozy, cute romance book. They were in year 13? No, year 12. I don't know, so you'd have been 10, 11. They're in year 13 and they were in boarding school, and it is a friends to enemies to lovers. Didn't know it was going to be set entirely in school. I did think they'd be a little bit older, which wasn't really sure how to feel about that. But yeah, it was cute. It was a quick, fast-paced romance and I enjoyed it. I did. I gave it a 3.5 star. Yeah, it was definitely cute. I think the cover really drew me in. Like, I saw it on Pinterest and it just kind of made me go, ooh, I'll have a piece of that. And so I read it and yeah, it was cute. It was very cute. They do this project together and they basically become friends again, and he tells her like what happened and why he broke up with her, and it was really cute. The next book that I read, I don't even want to say that I read this book because it was not what I was thinking it was going to be. Like, it was The Never King by Nikki Rowe, I think that's how you say her name, and oh my god, I feel scarred. Like, I didn't think what happened would be what happened. It's basically I'm not going to even go there with explaining what it is, but it's basically a Peter Pan retelling, but not innocent Peter Pan. Let's just say that. It's not your typical Disneyland Peter Pan. I didn't even know what I read. Would I recommend it to you? Absolutely not. It was horrendously bad. It was really bad, and I skipped multiple parts of it, if you know what I'm talking about. I gave that book a 1.75 star. And I think that rating is very generous because, you know, a lot happened that I don't want to reread again. Ugh. Anyway, they are the books that I read in the month of October. I'm really proud of myself for the fact that I read 10 books this month. I have never read that many books in a month, so the fact that I did when I've been quite busy, this has actually been my busiest month probably of the year, and I've read the most books, which makes no sense whatsoever. I guess that is it for this little video. I don't think this is going to be little. I think I've been recording for 34 minutes, so but yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I will definitely be doing this again next month, so I hope you will enjoy. Also, can I just say I'm so thankful for how much love I received on my second to last video, my bookstore vlog video. I did not expect that to kind of blow up. I know it hasn't like completely blown up, but it kind of has, but kind of hasn't, and I just can't believe it because that just makes me feel so happy that, you know, I'm getting out there and what I'm making is actually interesting to some people, and I've received some really lovely comments. So I just want to say to the people who commented in my last videos, thank you. You make my heart feel happy, and it just reaffirms why I'm doing this, because I love this so much. I love making videos and it brings me so much joy, and I love when I get nice comments back saying like keep doing what you're doing kind of thing, because it does just keep making me want to make more videos, and I love it. So please keep commenting lovely things because it makes me happy. I'm so glad that my videos are actually bringing people enjoyment, because that kind of doesn't feel real to even say. Like, I never even thought I would get any subscribers, like any views doing this, and the fact that I had quite a bit of love on my last video, so thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. Anyway, I'm gonna stop waffling on and I will let you all enjoy the rest of your day. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next Friday. Bye.
Saw your silhouette